This impressive football stadium in Guangdong, China will surpass the home stadium of FC Barcelona to become the world's largest top-level professional football stadium. Hui Ka Yan, the founder of Evergrande, has full confidence in his design and aesthetic ability. For example, the lotus blossom shape of the Evergrande Football Stadium, which will start construction in 2020 and is expected to be completed by the end of 2022, was conceived and planned by Hui himself. According to his plan, the football stadium could accommodate 100,000 people after it was completed. In addition, it plans to invest 12 billion yuan, and everything in the stadium will be built according to the world's highest standards. It will become the world's largest professional football stadium with the largest scale, the highest grade, the most complete supporting facilities, the highest technological content, and the largest number of seats. However, due to the crisis of the owner of the stadium, this anticipated stadium died before it was completed. Since there has been no construction for a year, the football field, which was originally planned to accommodate 100,000 spectators, is now only left with wild grass and out-of-service construction machines. So, what will be the future of this stadium? Who will take over it? Can it still be built as the world's largest top-level professional football stadium according to the original standards? Or, will the new owner of the land continue to build it? Or knock down and rebuild commercial buildings for other purposes? Well, that and more is exactly what we are going to talk about today. Let's get started. On April 16, 2020, China Evergrande won the land in Guangzhou for 6.813 billion yuan, covering a total area of nearly 500,000 square meters, with a buildable land area of over 300,000 square meters. Evergrande announced that it will invest 12 billion yuan to build a professional football stadium that can accommodate 100,000 spectators here. It is planned to be completed and put into use in 2022. However, on the evening of August 4 this year, Evergrande issued an announcement stating that it would return the land use rights of the Guangzhou football field. Despite this, Guangzhou's plan to build a super football stadium continues. The Chinese government's efforts to fill the gap in the resources of top professional football stadiums is one of the main reasons why the plan continues. The origin of this super football stadium can be traced back to 8 years ago. As early as 2014, Guangzhou proposed to plan to build a world-class super-large professional football stadium. Compared with developed countries such as Europe, America and Japan, China's football infrastructure construction is relatively lagging behind. As of the end of 2020, there are only 7 professional football stadiums in China, and the only stadium in Hong Kong that meets World Cup standards can accommodate only 40,000 people, which is difficult to meet the requirements of hosting top international football matches. Previously, Evergrande Football Club played at Guangzhou Tianhe Stadium. The football field can accommodate approximately 56,000 spectators. In addition to the attendance rate regulations, the number of tickets for each game is controlled at less than 45,000, which cannot meet the needs of fans to enter the stadium. The management staff of Evergrande also stated that Guangzhou lacks a real world-class professional stadium and hopes to build a brand new professional football stadium to welcome the Club World Cup. One of the reasons why Guangzhou was not selected as the host city for the 2023 AFC Asian Cup is the lack of infrastructure. The 2021 Chinese Super League opened in Guangzhou. Nearly 30,000 spectators entered the stadium to watch the opening game on April 20, making it the sports event with the largest number of spectators in China since the outbreak of the COVID-19 in 2020. The huge potential of the football industry is also one of the factors that promote the construction of professional stadiums. Therefore, despite a series of changes, the goal of building a top-level football stadium has not changed. It is sure that it should continue to be built, which is already a very good result. So, who will be the new owner of this stadium? On October 10, Guangzhou City Construction Investment Group won the land at a reserve price of 3.155 billion yuan. In 2020, Evergrande won the land at a price of 6.813 billion yuan. Compared with the land acquisition amount of 6.8 billion, the reserve price of this auction has been reduced by 3.66 billion. However, the future of Guangzhou Evergrande's new stadium is finally determined.
According to the latest transfer announcement, the new bidder must build a sports land according to the planning requirements.
The total investment of the land is 6.5 billion yuan, including 2.092 billion yuan for construction and 4.408 billion yuan for the remaining investment. In other words, Guangzhou City Construction Investment Group must continue to build the stadium in accordance with the planning requirements and inject 4.4 billion yuan into the football stadium project. However, according to the current investment scale, Guangzhou City Construction Investment Group may not be able to build this professional football stadium according to the original Evergrande standard, and the related facilities may also be greatly simplified, and many elements of Evergrande will also be banned. In fact, the future of the stadium does not have much to do with Evergrande. However, judging from the current situation of Evergrande, they cannot afford to rent such a venue.
This stadium designed and planned by Hui Ka Yan will also become very embarrassing.
Looking back at the trajectory of Hui Ka Yan in these years, 2017 is the year of glory for Hui Ka Yan and Evergrande, and it is also a year of turning point in fate. This year, Hui Ka Yan became the richest man in China for the first time with a net worth of 290 billion yuan. He happily announced at the Evergrande Group's 2017 Work Conference that we have become the world's largest real estate company and have entered the top 500 in the world. In 1992, inspired by Deng Xiaoping's speech, 34-year-old Hui Ka Yan resolutely gave up his stable job in a steel company and came to Shenzhen to work. He joined a small company called Shenzhen Zhengde Group Company, Limited, and slept in the company's small kitchen. He started as an ordinary salesman and worked his way to the office director of the company. In 1994, Hui Ka Yan suggested that his then boss of Zhengde enter the real estate industry. With the support of the boss, he established a real estate company named Pengda, and he is the legal representative. After the National Day in 1994, Hui Ka Yan went to Guangzhou with the trust of his boss, established Guangzhou Pengda Industrial Company, Limited, and served as the general manager. In 1997, Hui Ka Yan made a net profit of more than 200 million yuan for the parent company through a project built on the platform of Pengda Company. At this time, he still received a salary of more than 3,000 yuan. He later said that if the boss had offered him a salary of 200,000 yuan, he would not have started a business. In 1997, Hui Ka Yan, who had already planned, left the company to start his own business, which opened the story of Evergrande that lasted for more than 20 years. Now, Hui Ka Yan, who always likes to show off, has not shown up in public for a long time. We don't know when and what kind of identity he will appear in the public eye next time. Well, thanks for listening. If you have any suggestions, just leave them in the comments section. We'll come back as soon as possible and check them, and then we'll give feedback. See you next time.